Notice about the exponents on these two, these two, these two, and these two. Anything that you notice there? So what about so between all of them, what pattern do you notice?
Oh, the exponent, like the first one's or the second one's half of the first exponent.
What do you think about what he just said? Is this exponent half of that one?
Yes.
Yes. Is this half of that one?
Yes.
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 That one just
Yusuf and Tristan, I'm talking right now, huh? So what's the relationship between this one and this one, the 3 and the 6? Let me see if it's the connection. Okay, so, and then the last term, this is how many terms here? I don't know what to do. I don't know. We're going to have to do it with this one today. Something's going on. So how many terms do we have on each of these? 1 through 4. 3. What's that called when there's 3 terms? Trinomial. So it's a trinomial. Trinomial where the middle term, the exponent is half of the first exponent, or first term's exponent. And then the last term doesn't have a number there, or excuse me, a letter at all, right? Okay, so we're going backwards. Do we have that pattern of a trinomial? Is it a trinomial? Yeah, it's a trinomial, isn't it? Let me go off again. So this is half here. So what's going to happen is we're going to look at, if we factored, say, x squared plus 8x plus 12, how would we factor that? We'd make an x, wouldn't we? So this is called quadratic form. This is in the same form as what we would do for this here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make an x, and just like if it was squared, we're going to put the number -12 on the top and the 4 on the bottom. We're looking at what multiplies to -12 that adds to 4.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, so 6 and -2. So now, because this is a to the 4th and not a squared, we're not going to just put a and a. We're going to put an a squared. Good. Some of you guessed it was going to be a squared. Good. A squared and a squared. And then we're going to do the same thing, plus 6 and -2. And that's it. We want to look and see if we can factor again. Like on that warm-up, that last problem, that number 5, it had 2 terms. And so how did that number on that problem on the warm-up factor? It was the difference of 2 squares, right? A square subtracted. So we don't have anything here that can factor again. So this is our answer. Okay, and number 7. We have the same form, right? This x to the 4th is half of x to the 8th. We've got a trinomial. We're going to make an x. What's going to go on the top and what's going to go on the bottom here? Yes, Will?
Yeah, -70 and 33.
Good. So we'll remember to multiply the 7 times the -10 to get that top number. And then 33 here. So what numbers multiply to -70 that add to 33?
35.
Yes. So if you're having trouble on something like that and you don't know how to factor it, see how these numbers are 7 and 10. You know nothing else goes into 7 besides 7. So try the 10. Try the factors of 10. You know 2 goes into 10. So try 2. So now our factors are going to be x to the, what exponent? 4th minus 2, x to the 4th plus 35. But we're not quite done here. What do we have to do next?
Divided by 7.
Good. We have to divide by 7. This form here, this 7 times negative 10 makes our x work. So it tells us what these two numbers are, but then we have to divide out the 7 because this 35 and 2 would not multiply to give us negative 10. We need it to multiply to get us back up here. So then we slide the 7 to the front, 7x to the 4th minus 2. And then x to the 4th plus 5. And that's our answer. Does that make sense? Not too bad, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we do first on number 3? Bigger x. And this group back here, straight back. What goes on the top and what goes on the bottom?
Oh my God.
10 and then negative 7. And so what numbers work?
5, negative 5.
Yeah, negative 2 and negative 5. So go ahead and tell me what the answer is, that same group.
So Elijah, finish it off, Elijah.
X squared minus 2, x squared minus 5. And we want to look and see if we can factor again. We don't have the difference of 2 squares, so we're good. That's as far as we can go. Okay, number 4. What do we do first on that one?
5 times negative 9.
Yeah, 5 times negative 9, negative 45, and then negative 12. What multiplies to negative 45 that adds negative 12?
15 and 3. No.
Yeah, 15 and 3.
Ah.
What are the signs on the 15 and the 3?
Negative 15.
Yeah, negative 15. Yep. So now this group back here, tell me what the 2 factors are. Good. 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 And she remembered also to divide by 5. Easy to forget that. So we get m to the 3rd minus 3. And then we slide the 5 to the front, 5m to the 3rd plus 3. Go ahead and do the U try.
Dang.
Okay, so you should get x squared minus 7 times x squared minus 5. Any questions on that? Everybody I checked had it?
Yeah,
Good question. What do you guys think about his question? Does the
No,
order
no.
matter?
Uh,
No, his no is correct. Why? Why is it no?
Because it doesn't matter.
What if we take 3 times 5? Is that's 15? Is 5 times 3 15? Yeah. Multiplication is what's called commutative. The order doesn't matter when we multiply it, so that's why it doesn't matter here. Okay, next example. 9x to the 4th minus 100. Is that a trinomial? No. So how might we factor this? Square root. Yes. What's the square root of 9x to the 4th?
9x squared.
I agree with x squared. 3x squared. And then square root of 100? 10. And then what about our signs? Minus and plus. So would we have been able to factor this if this was 9x to the 4th plus 100?
yeah.
If this was a plus 100, could we have factored it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 10 and 10
doesn't
is
matter.
negative.
It would just be both additional.
Okay, so we're going to show it on the next problem. I'm going to talk about it on the next problem. X to the 8th minus 16. How does that factor? Good. X to the 4th minus 4. X to the 4th plus 4. One of those factors again. Which one factors again? Which one factors again? No. The minus 4 factors again. So we have, this becomes, what's the square root of 4? 2. X, what's the exponent? Squared. And what are our signs? Plus and minus. If I took so plus times a minus gives me a negative 4, right? So what if I tried to factor this and I said, what might it factor to? X squared plus 2x squared plus 2. Okay, so this here, if I do my middle term, I get negative 2x squared and positive 2x squared. They cancel. So I don't have a middle term, and then I get the negative 4. So it works here. However, over here, I get x to the 4th plus 2x squared plus another 2x squared plus 4. Does that get me back to x to the 4th plus 4? It doesn't. So that's why that one does not factor. It has to be what? Negative. It has to be a negative. X to the 4th plus 4. That's our answer there. One last twist. What do we do first on number 8? Factor out an A. So this group here, tell me what you get when you factor out an A. A to the 88 plus 7, 7A4 plus 6. And now it's in that trinomial, the quadratic form. We've got our 4 is half of 8, right? Before it wasn't half. So when we go to factor, we look at what multiplies to 6 that adds to 7.
6 and 1.
6 and 1. So this is going to give us A times, go ahead, this group here, tell me what you get for the next two factors.
A4.
This group here, tell me what you get.
It would be A to the 4th
Uh-huh.
plus 6.
Yes?
And A to the 4th plus 1.
And we're done. Okay.